Let's begin indeed. Hello people, Jerry speaking. Welcome to TheCrazyBunch's web shows number 91. Today we're doing not one but two depth topics along with a news report that happened in Washington DC plane crash that happened last Wednesday. So let's do it now, shall we? So we got for us. Her name is Susan Alcorn. Born that name, she was an American composer, illustrator, and pedal steel guitarist. Born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1953, Alcorn started playing guitar at the age of 12 and quickly impressed herself in folk music, blues, and the pop music in the 1960s. A chance to charge the blues musician Muddy Waters with that. Started her tolerance playing slide guitar. But then at the time she was 21, she immersed herself with a pedal steel guitar, playing the country and western swing bands in Texas. Soon she began to combine the techniques of country western pedal steel with her own extended techniques to form a personal style influenced by free jazz, Irish Gary classical music, and Indian reggae, and various traditions and various folk music of the planet. By the early 1990s, her music began to show an influence in the ecologic and feminist deep listening philosophies and following pronounce it. Sorry, anyway. But mostly a solo performer, Alcorn collaborated with the numerous artists including Polly Opera, something like that. Anyway, Eugene Traborn, Peter Coswell, something like that. Anyway, Chris Collar, Joe Carter, something like that. Caroline Carl, something like that. Ingrid Rombrock, Lee Quan Nip, something like that. Giovanni Foster, Joe McPhee, Benny Govia, and Ken Weimermark. The following, anyway, more next. Lamar Smith, Mike Cooper, Wyatt Daniels, Ellen Coleman, Koenig, George Burt, General Lepin, Michael Formack, Aubrey Eskin, Fred Furr, Maggie Nichols, Evan Parker, Joanna Varner, Zane Campbell, Mary Robinson, and Bill Option, the Severin Wine Country Band. She won the subject of music of the UK magazine Roseanne the Country Punch. Her article, The Road of the Radio and the Full Moon, was included in the Best Music Writer in 2006, published by Dive Copper Press. She lived in Houston and Baltimore later in life. She was married to photographer David Robato. She died on. Her death was announced on January 31st, 2025. She was 71 out of 72 years old. My last step topic has to do with John Crossay. Of 2025, so we'll get that. Anyways. But mislook at the words on Susan Alcorn. Anyway. Okay, real this time. John Alcorn, born that name. He was best known as a British radio DJ, producer, presenter, something like that, and considered announcer. She known for being one of the voices of Yorkshire television region, the independent television for nearly 4 years. Cross began his podcasting career at Pirate Station Radio Television in the 1960s. Anyways, born in 1939 in February 1941, something like that. Anyway, where he was predominant of John Seeds. But anyway, he would be moved and worked at the sales company Radio Vision, something like that. Which sold airtime to a couple of pirate radio stations. Where he read the news on BBC Radio 4. Then he joined Salmon Television for the short stay of his continuing announcement of the channel. In the early 70s, he joined Yorkshire's Television, where he was known for the honorable RP, his assets shared by a number of his colleagues at YTV, such as Rayers Kyle. The company's presentation was much as more of similar to BBC Television. Our vision announced RP in its essence. And for that, it'll be other ITV companies at the same time, for which she used premier vision announcers. Along with the rest of the announcing team at YTV, Qualls also voiced creators producing the comedies and productions department of the ITV network. And from 1996 to 1998, he was also heard an announcement for Trans Tees Television. He also narrates the second series while studying schools of history drama, How We Use and Live. Anyway. He used to work on Yorkshire TV until he retired in November 1998. Later he resided in the United States. He died in January 2025. He was, I'm not sure how old he is in the time, but anyway, at the age of 85. Anyways, more science reflection regarding these, not one, but two death topics right now. Thank you. Now, according to reference, say either 83 or 85. I don't know at the time, so that's just me. Anyway, move on. Anyway, we move on to the last topic, only topic for today, and that is Washington D.C. plane crash. What we know about so far about the plane air collision near Reagan Airport. Anyway, question remains over the mid-air collision between a jet, which was carrying 64 people, including crew, and a military airport helicopter carrying 3 soldiers. Now, Mike Selgin, New York aircraft, Alex Croft, and Ryan Rubin say on February 2nd, 2025, at 12:09 GMT, an independent news on the UK side of things said here this. There's likely no survivors at the American Airlines passenger jet and an Army helicopter crash imminent air near Washington D.C. Wednesday evening, official has said. 54342 from Kansas was on the final approach to Ronald Reagan National Airport when it collided when it was a Black Hawk helicopter before exploding a huge fireball. There were 67 people aboard for 2 flights when it crashed. Both aircraft plunged in the IC Polo River, sparking a massive destruction and rescue operations among strong winds and chilly 42-degree water. Wow, okay. Anyway, sparking the White House press briefing on Thursday, President Donald Trump confirmed that there would be no survivors on the board both aircraft as the operation went to the rescue for recovery. His press conference then went off to the rails and he appeared and blamed DEI for the crash. Wow. Shocking, I know. Anyways, so far at least 28 bodies and the 67 have been recovered from the river. DC Fire Chief John Dooley said Thursday a group of figure skaters and coaches completed the National Figure Skating Championships were on board. The crew operation helicopter with very experienced Defense Secretary Pete Hashberg said. Officials tried to emerge commanders that the U.S. skies are safe. Do I think this is preventive? Absolutely. Secretary of Transportation Sean definitely said. And that passengers should be immersed that flying is safe. Following the latest updates of the plane crashes on our live blog at independent.co.uk. Here's everything we know about the first commercial airline crash in the U.S. since 2009. See here is the emergency responders rushing the scene to try to find survivors. 28 bodies have been recovered the wreckage at GayImage.com. There's 7 images, which one of the images I'm going to show, that's basically it. Anyways, what has happened? Now, American Airlines, a plane from Kansas collided with the United States Army at Black Hawk helicopter near Ronald Reagan National Airport at 8:47 p.m. Wednesday. Horrifying eyewitnesses described an explosion lighting up in the night sky. It looks to me that the Roman candle sparks spewing from the head of the plane down to the tail. I saw that about 2 seconds. Bob Senator Art Sherman told NBC Washington. Be able to observation camera from the nearby Kennedy Center shows the collision. Wow. Only one controller, rather than the initial two, was handled for the local plane and helicopter traffic on Wednesday night. This is deemed not normal. Exactly, but considered indicative for lower volumes in the air traffic. A person breathing on matter told Reuters. Anyways, a survivor had allowed one of the two controllers to leave early, the New York Times reported. The towers at Regent Airport have been understaffed for years amid a staffing crisis across the industry, according to the NYT. There's only 19 fully certified controllers at the Reagan Airport as of September 2023, according to Congress report. Nearly 1/3 of it below the target of 30 controllers per tower. American Airlines plane controllers in the U.S. Army helicopter near D.C. airport said this. Reliable flight tracking data shows the path of both aircraft along the Potomac River just outside Reagan National Airport, close to Washington D.C. Wednesday night. There is some warnings seen here. I talked about this in my Friday show, but this is so much and warning to tell you to where it crashed on 8:48:01 p.m. on that time frame, and that happened on the mirror crash was right there, and you can see it nearby Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. And this happened on the Bulgaria last mission at 8:47:58 p.m. 200 feet below. And this happened right there before it crashed. So this crashed right there. And the Bulgaria helicopter was flying south. So it's going right there and all that jazz. Now, it was a Madison Stewart Aquarium heliplane. Source of Flight Radar 24, Google Maps, images, and markers. Flight aware for flight path, CNN, AP said it. It's independent website seen here. Air traffic controls watch as a passenger jet and helicopter collided before plunging the river. And as emergency dispatchers said on the police radios that the accident happened in the river. Wow. Both the helicopter and the plane crashed in the river. Helicopters for law enforcement agencies flew over the scene in search of survivors. Inflatable rescue boats were launched into the Potomac River. This is Sparate attempt to locate survivors. Police are focusing on their investigation on why the helicopter was flying near the runway. W said in Thursday morning press conference that the flight patterns taken by both aircraft was not unusual. Well, okay. Exactly. Anyways, the helicopter was aware that the plane was in the area, W said, and there are both not been a breakdown in communications between two aircraft. Investigations are underway how the planes collided when led being near the runway at the same time. Now, there's again 7 pictures. Anyways, who was on the American Airlines flight? Now, I told this last Friday, and this is the result. 60 passengers and 4 crew members were on board the American Airlines flight before the disaster. Anyways, seen here is this. The pilots of a commercial flight have been named as Sam Lilly and John Lopez, while Ian Abside and Dennis Eller has been named as 2 of the flight's attendants. Russian news agencies have said there were multiple passengers on the board were Russian immigrants, the children of 1. A group of figure skaters and coaches were on the Wichita to compete in the National Football Figure Skating Championships among those on board. Brian Markov and scholarship 1994 World Figure Skating Championship pairs winners have been named as a part of the group along with a few figure skater Anna Volskaya. Norman and Scott were coaches at the skating club in Boston in Norwood, Massachusetts, The crash while among the two teenage members in the club and their moms. Now this is them seen here. 1994 World Speaker Skaters Skating Championships pair of winners, but have been named the victims in the plane crash seen here at Reuters. Anyways, Doug McAbee, something like that, the club's executive director, confirmed that 16-year-old Spencer Lane and Jay Hahn has died in the crash, among their moms, Mia Lane and Jim Hahn, respectively. Spencer's the best way possible with a crazy kid, Sideways told the press conference on Thursday morning. Highly talented, but has not been skating for that long, has been rocking to the top of the sport, very fun, very commercial. Julian was just a wonderful kid, a great athlete, just a commander, love all, he said. Anyways, Ziggy said the mom was a squat dedicated and always made squat faces, something like that. Grove University in Ohio later confirmed that Grace Maxwell, a junior at the school, was never the pastors on board. As you imagine, the past 24 hours have been very difficult for their Maxwell family and incredible university community. As a university, we did not decide to turn this tragic event into anything more than a way to honor Grace and her family and Jesus. Exactly. A statement in the school read. The family of Kaya Duggins, 40-year-old, who worked in the authority of the Civil Rights Corps from she would have been on board with the flight on Thursday. She had been returned to Washington, D.C. after being in Wichita to be with her mother during the serial procedure, according to KMUW. Her father, Maurice Duggins, said in a statement, we're coming to terms with the grief associated with the loss of the beautiful and college sports born. Please spare our families of privacy this time. Anyways, worried family members gathered near the site and they're waiting for information of the loved ones. Hannah Rava, whose wife was on board, said she has been texting for 20 minutes before the incident, telling them they were about to land. In the emergency alerts about the American Airlines counter in the terminal at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, flights were suspended in the wake of the crash. But official episode American skies are safe. This is what they said in the images seen here. During an emergency situation, all flights being held in the airfield. Initial information will be available as received for customers and parts. Please, and then it's just said in the images. Anyway, that's what's in the image. Anyway, when his response stopped being delivered, that's why knew someone could be come up, he told CNN. 2 Chinese citizens were killed in the crash. Chinese Bergen's ministry will be on the website. The post offering deep condolences over the disaster. Condolences also include people in the Philippines and Germany, Senator Maria Caldwell said. Social flight attendants will respond to common news. Cruiseman that PSA Airlines said in the statement there will be 2 flight attendants like that on board the plane. Anyways, Ian Epstein was intended as one of the 2 attendants leaving behind the disaster as a wife of 23 years. Debbie Epstein, the other was intended as Diana Elder, who had been filled for her dream becoming a flight attendant, according to brother-in-law Brian Payne. Sam Lilly, 28-year-old, who was one of the 2 people piloting the flight of Wichita, Kansas. Her father, Timmy Lilly, told Fox 5 Atlanta. The other pilot was also engaged, which I talked about during Friday's show. Another was according to his father, who was Spears, was confirmed that his son was never checked in after the flight as usual. This is undoubtedly the worst day of my life, Willis told Fox 5. Driving Combus 34, captain of the AA flight, according to the report, had dreamed of being a pilot since he was 13. His aunt told the NYT, I think it was be free, but is able to fly to soar like a bird. Lane said. Lane said he would be spoken with Camp Buzz on Wednesday, just before the flight, when he was told her it would be looking forward to an upcoming Caribbean cruise with family, who was on the Black Hawk military helicopter. Now, I talked about this before my Friday show, and it was horrifying, Anyway, 3 U.S. Army soldiers were on board in the Black Hawk helicopter involving the Silk Coalition. A U.S. Army officials confirmed all 3 have now been identified. Anyway, another official said that the Army UH-60 helicopter involved in the crash was based on Fort Bragg from Virginia. It was later confirmed that the aircraft has been in this cruise were on a training flight. Cruise chief was in a helicopter identified as Ryan O'Hara. Ryan is probably remembered as a guy who was fixed things around the ROTC gym, as well as the vital member of the rifle team. Ryan lives behind a wife and 1-year-old son. The Parkview High School JROTC in the Georgia wrote on Facebook. In a statement from shared on X, Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp said paid tribute to both Lily and Horace and said their deepest condolences to their families and friends. Andrew Heaves, who was also an Army helicopter, Mississippi Governor Tate Raves Sound X. Anyway, in a Facebook post on Thursday, Eve's wife, Carrie Eves, we asked you to pray on our family and friends for all your families that were suffering today. We ask for peace while we grieve. The post read, these families' children did not need to suffer more pain, she wrote. On Saturday, the Army released the names of the third crew member, Captain Rebecca Botch, 28, who was from the Auburn, North Carolina. She was a distinguished military graduate from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and commissioned in 2019, the active duty aviation officer, who, as President Trump said about the tragedy. Trump claimed that DIA could have been blamed for the failed coalition, something like that. Trump suggested that the federal aviation administration's necessary efforts have made the air travel less safe. Oh, God help me. Anyway, the FAA's is battery relations workers who suffer from the initial disabilities, psychological problems, a number of mental and physical conditions under the advisory, inclusion hiring administrate spelled out on the NG website, Trump said in first briefing. Wow, okay. No, it makes sense now. Anyway, Trump then asked by a reporter, are you going to say this crash was and somehow caused the result of the hiring, and what evidence have you seen to support these claims? The president replied this, it just happened to be Ben, well, we have a high standard, we have a much higher standard than everybody else, and there are things that when you have to go by the brain power, and you just have to be go by physical quality, he said. Trump later said he would be mean with some of the families of the victims of the D.C. coalition, but did not certify when. Okay? I was mean with some of the people who were very badly hurt, and with the family members, officers, things like that. I'll be mean to some of the families, yeah, he told reporters. Trump said he did not have plans currently to visit the first responders at the site of the coalition. I had planned to visit, not the site, but you tell me, because you tell me that was the site, the water, we need to go swimming. He said, wow, Trump. Okay. Investigators gathered a piece of the wreckage along the Bengal River. Now, seeing this photo. Anyways, who was leading the investigation? Now, the National Transport Safety Board is heading up the organization is speeding assisted the military federal aviation administration. Now, a preliminary report by the FFA renewed that the New York Times on Thursday found that staffing in the DCA air traffic control tower was not normal at this time in the deadly clash. The initial reports that it said the controller was handling helicopters in the airport vicinity on Wednesday night, and was also instructing planes that were landing and departing from these runways. These shots was probably designed from two different controls. Wow, okay. Later on Thursday, NTSB announced it was recovered two so-called black boxes on that for the plane. Cockpit voice recorder, the flight data recorders when that device had been taken from the lab at Atlas, when that said NTSB spokesman Eric Ways. What has the airline said about the tragedy? The CEO of American Airlines said, Robert Isom, said American Eagle Flight 5342 combined with the military aircraft on the otherwise normal approach. At this time, we don't know why the military aircraft came in the path of the aircraft, Isom said in the press conference on Thursday morning. We are absolutely heartbroken, the families and the loved ones of the passengers and crew members, and also for what they are on the military aircraft he had. Our focus right now is doing everything that we can do that we can support all those involved in it, and also for the PSA Airlines team that is devastating. Wow. And we're almost done here. Okay. Awesome said he could answer the many questions people might have during the early stages, but the investigation will be provide information as it comes. The airline advised people call not to say the number that's been known of if they believe that they have the lost ones in the flight. That's all for this topic, and that's all the topics I have for this episode. And that wraps up for Crazy Bunch Web Show episode number 91. I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. The next one will be episode 92. I'm not sure what the next one. It's gonna be a free. Excuse me, let me try again. It's gonna be a free thing for Elgin Month. Elgin such quote month. We're gonna be happening. It's still gonna be Elgin Month because it's happening part 2, things like that. Anyway, part 2. So anyway, I know it's not very long, so we're gonna do this for 4 parts this month. So there you go or not. Till next time, this is Joseph Bucks, baby. Good morning, Crazy Bunch Web Shows. We're gonna be soon. Say out. See ya.